Hello everyone, Daisy here with another layout for SpiegelMom Scraps, and today I'm combining it with my Quilters Vibe series that I do with Sarah Scraps and Chrissy's Beautiful Life here on YouTube. And I am taking the inspiration of the stripes, and I am starting out with some white acrylic paint, and then I'm adding some different pigment with these Vicky Bouton, the liquid watercolor things that come in those little tubes, you know. And so I don't know where I got this color scheme from. I just kind of picked colors I liked, and that's what I'm going with. So yeah, just adding a little bit more, making them the colors. I want them to be vibrant, so I'm just adding as much as I feel like I need in order to make it bright enough. So, and then I'm just going to use a dry brush and just kind of spread it down the page. So that's pretty much what the background is going to be. So I am using some white cardstock from the Cardstock Warehouse. This is the Sweet Tooth cardstock, and it is my favorite because it is super thick and it holds up really well to mixed media. So it reminds me a lot of the marshmallow cardstock without the price tag. So just adding these little stripes and then making a little bit darker purple for the last stripe here. And then I'm going to spray some water into each of the little wells there on my palette and do sprinkles. And I'm just going to do it in the coordinating colors and concentrate the sprinkles down at the bottom. So the quilt inspiration had those stripes with, like, you know, the little squares coming off of the top and the bottom. So I kind of wanted to sort of take that inspiration and then use it the way that worked for me. So I'm going to use this photo, and this isn't anything special. This is just a Snapchat picture of myself a few days after my birthday, and it's me with purple hair, and that's something, like, I've always toyed with the idea, but I'm afraid that my hair color won't go back because I have very light hair. So I'm, yeah, very leery of actually dyeing my hair. So yeah, so it's kind of a dream of mine, I guess. And now I don't have to do it. I can live vicariously through Snapchat, right? So anyhow, I'm just using a bunch of scraps of paper to back my photo. So I have the pink one that I use is Fancy Pants. That black one is from Vicky Bouton. I have that hexagon rainbow colory one is Dear Lizzie. This one is One Canoe 2. This one is from Paige Evans, and then the last one I think is a purple polka dot that I have had in my stash forever, and I have no idea where, like, I've had it since I started scrapbooking. I have no idea where it's from. It's very thin though. Oh, and then I use this paper from Amy Tangerine, the Shine On collection, because I felt like I needed a little bit of white to kind of break up the layers. And then I'm doing the layers really wonky, but I do put my photo so that it's straight on the page. I'm using some foam squares to pop up kind of some of the layers to make it separate a little bit so you can tell that they're there. And then I'm also going to ruffle the edges up with my fingers and use that little card that says Courage Dear Heart, and that is from Paige Evans' Take Me Away collection, I believe. I'm also going to pull in this little dream word, just because, you know, purple hair is a dream of mine, so why not? And then I'm going to use my Cocoa Vanilla More Than Words stamps. And I'm just going to stamp all over the background. I use the butterfly, and then I'm also going to use the floral stamp, and I'm going to twist the floral stamp so that different parts of it are showing behind the photo. And that's kind of a little trick to get the most out of your stamp so it doesn't look like you're stamping the same thing over and over again. And I love that stamp. It's one of my favorites. So then I'm just going to use these little hearts to kind of well, the idea is to make it look like the flight pattern or whatever of the butterfly, but it just kind of looks like the butterflies are pooping hearts, but I'm fine with that. So I'm using a combination of ATG and Tombow Mono Multi to stick this down, just to make sure that it really sticks, since I used some acrylic paint in the background. I'm going to pull out a couple of phrase stickers off of this Midnight Cocoa Vanilla sheet. I think one says spread your wings, one says the best, and I can't tell what the every moment matters, I think, is the other one. And I'm going to use my black pen to outline my page, and then I'm going to start with the sequins. So first I'm going to start with the Magical Unicorns, and that is from the April release, I believe. And I am pulling out, so these sequins aren't quite pink, but they're not quite purple either, so I am going to use them for this first stripe here. And then this Dose of Reality mix is perfect. I think I use it for like 3 of the different stripes. So I'm pulling out like this teal color, and I'm using some of the big ones, and I'm trying to mix and match so that the colors are close, if not matching, but that they're different types of sequins whenever possible. And then I pulled out there's some tiny dark blue ones. And now there wasn't any sequins that were within arm's reach of where I was working that would match this purple stripe, so I am using these kind of iridescent ones. They're kind of a purple iridescent, and they go really well with this because they kind of seem to take on the color of like what they're around, so I figured it would work perfectly. Next, I am using these Happy Vibes